Hi everyone, I welcome you all to my channel once more. To all those who have been watching my videos, to my YouTube subscribers, thank you so much. You all are the best. Alright, let me start by telling you about a guy called Benga. It was a rainy season and the weather was cold, and Benga was feeling lonely, just like Adam felt in the Garden of Eden. But Benga was not willing to wait for God to create his own Eve, just like God created for Adam in the Garden of Eden. So Benga had to engage one of his bunnies in a chat, who probably might be waiting for his call. Of course, like I said earlier, it is the rainy season and everywhere is cold. If you're a Christian, you should be familiar with that verse of the scripture that says, the sin of sexual immorality is a sin against oneself. Bikonu, I come in peace. I am not here to judge or criticize anyone. I simply want to use that verse to explain something. Guess what? Benga succeeded in inviting his friend over. Remember what they said? Two unlike poles attract each other. Now, funny enough, the same Benga who could not go outside and choose to remain indoors because he's now expecting a female friend had to rush outside in the cold weather to get something he could use to shield himself from his enemies. A protection. So, while you are waiting for your partner, you are expecting enemies. Of course, that is the only reason you want to be protected. And when you welcome your partner, you also receive the enemies. Isn't that amazing? To cut the whole story short, Benga is back, his girlfriend came, and they had a wonderful time together. I know by now you're probably wondering, what is our business with Benga and his girlfriend having fun? It is not my business that Benga and his girlfriend are having a wonderful time together in their kind of way. I am just astonished as to why a lot of people, both married and unmarried, especially the likes of Benga, believes that they are getting 100% protection by using condom. In fact, let's get it straight, it is one of the dumbest things to think. And sadly, a lot of people out there have that notion that by using condom, they are having 100% safe sex. And as such, the rate of infidelity and the practice of multiple sexual partners are on the increase every day, thereby increasing the spread and prevalence of sexually transmitted infections in our environment. It is important for you to note that the level of protection you get from using Durex is dependent on various factors. First, what is the condition of this Durex when you bought it? Because of course, if it has expired, it has higher chances of breakage. How was it managed while in the hands of the person who sold it to you? Was it properly stored, or could it have been punctured by other items in the store? Did he or she allow heat to damage them? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, but of course you wouldn't know, so you would just assume that everything is intact. Now at this point, you are with your partner and you have your Durex with you and you're about to make use of it. But just before that, you probably may have made some funny moves with those unstable hands of yours. Now with this same hand, Benga goes ahead to open up, position and wear the Durex, thereby contaminating it. This will give room for transmission of any disease entity that is implicated. Now some of you might think, I can be very careful with that, or you might just ask your partner to help you out with it. But even at that, you need to know that latex condoms only help to prevent transmission of bodily fluids like semen, vaginal secretions, and blood. It will not prevent skin-to-skin contact. Latex condoms will not tell you to stop when you're trying to kiss. It does not separate you either. And there are many infections that can be transmitted through these routes, through skin-to-skin contact, through oral routes, through anal routes. If you've got a cut or lesion on your body, it's most likely going to penetrate through the site when exposed to the causative organism. I'll talk more about the different types of sexually transmitted infections in my next video. However, some of the infections that can be contracted through the various routes I have mentioned so far includes the human papillomavirus, which causes cervical cancer in female. The human papillomavirus, HPV, is not only gotten through transmission via bodily fluids like semen and vaginal fluids, it can also be gotten through skin-to-skin contact. And of course, if there is a lesion on the surface, it can penetrate through it and get the individual infected. Another one is genital warts. Genital warts can be contracted through close contact between two spouses or partners. And of course, if there is a cut on the body surface of any of these two partners, it is an easy route for you to penetrate. While the HPV serotypes 16 and 18 are responsible for cervical cancer, the serotypes 6 and 11 causes genital warts. What about herpes that can be contracted through kissing? Oral routes. There are various other infections that can be contracted during a kiss. There are some of these infections that are able to maneuver their way despite the use of condom, of which I have just enumerated some of them. In as much as Durex can offer you 98% protection against unwanted pregnancies, it is not 100% effective against sexually transmitted infections. A lot of people might argue that the solution is to have a single sexual partner, but does that really solve the puzzle? How sure are you that your partner is faithful? While you're keeping one partner, is your partner really keeping just you? You're faithful to one partner. Is your partner faithful to one person? How sure are you? And there's a very low possibility for you to be a spirit who's got eyes everywhere that can monitor his or her partner wherever the person is. At this point, I want to drive home to you that the best solution to this is abstinence. That brings us back to the verse I quoted earlier that I said I was going to use to explain something, where he said the sin of sexual immorality is a sin against one's own self. You can see that this disease, if there's anybody is going to affect, it is no other person but the person who got infected. So when you are told to abstain from sexual immorality, abstain. It is not for any other person's good, but your own good, and for the good of others that you would have gotten involved in it. Please, if you really want to abstain, abstain completely. Do not go about indulging in all sorts of unhealthy practices like masturbation, which of course can be pretty addicting. I also made a video on bad effects of masturbation. In case you're already caught up in the act and you want to break free from it, you can watch this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, do well to click on the subscribe button and make sure you like this video. Make your comment. Let me know how you feel about the topic we just discussed. Thank you.